Hello, welcome to another update on the new books in the library. I'd like to talk to you first about a few of our new historical fiction books. The first one that I'd like to talk to you about is called The Blackbird Girls by Blankman. This one is based on the story of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster set in 1986 in Russia. And it's about two girls, Valentina and Oksana, and then Rivka also gives her perspective back in from 1941, and she is the grandmother of one of the girls. And basically, the two girls are they're not friends at all. They're kind of like enemies, but their fathers both work at the power plant, and then after the accident, they are forced to leave their homes, go to Leningrad, and live with one of the girls' grandfathers. And so through this, they become friends and each other's big support because they have both lost something very vital. It's a really, really sweet, hard story to read, but it's a really good story about the power of friendship and perseverance in really trying times. So it's called The Blackbird Girls by Blankman. Next on the list is called We Dream of Space. This one, for all of you NASA fans, is about the Space Shuttle Challenger accident. It was in 1986. Actually, it was about this time of year, January 25th. Krista McAuliffe, the first teacher, was set to go up in space on the Space Shuttle Challenger. And on January 25th, 1986, for those of you who know the story, the Challenger exploded just after takeoff. And so this is the story of three siblings and their family dynamic, which was not great. But it centers around their school and one of the girls, Bird, the daughter in the story, who dreams of being a space shuttle pilot. So it's called We Dream of Space. The next one on the list is called A Ceiling Made of Eggshells. This one is a young Jewish girl, and it's set in Spain, but a young Jewish girl, Loma, she leaves her home and her mother, and this is at a time where girls really were not given any value. They were basically just did home stuff with their mom, and they were, wives and mothers. And she was traveling with her father and grandfather to meet King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. But she was given a role for the Jewish people, and it's a really interesting story. Ceiling Made of Eggshells by Gail, Carson, Levine. Next is All He Knew. This is a great story about a young boy named Henry who lost his hearing at a very early age. He refused to speak, even though he could a little bit, because he could not understand what people were saying. He could read lips a little bit. But he was sent to, this is back in 1933 to 1945, he was sent to a home where people thought he was really dumb and didn't understand, but he really was smart. So a conscientious objector was doing a civil service stint and figured out that Henry really was smart. So it's a great story of this man who befriends Henry and helps him. So it's All He Knew. And then finally, this is called Leaving Lyman. It is a companion book to Finding Langston, and it's set in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And it's a story about a young boy who is being raised by his grandparents while his dad's in prison. He leaves his country life and heads for the big city. So Leaving Lyman. Check them out.